second year with the Bulls from St. John's. And the story on the matchups. First for the Bulls, Woolridge and Johnson at the forwards. Caldwell Jones will try to anchor down that middle for the Bulls. Jordan and Watley in the back. The Clippers, Marcus Johnson and Rory White. White has been in that starting lineup for 9 straight games at power forward and has played quite well. Walton in the middle, Smith and Nixon. So we are set to play basketball here tonight from Southern California. The Bulls in their traveling red once again, as always. And the Clippers in their white with the blue trim. So we're set to go. It'll be Walton 6'11", Caldwell Jones 7 feet. The Bulls will attack right to left here in the first quarter. 1-inch height advantage to Chicago on the jump. It's tipped by Walton, and it is controlled by the Clippers. Derek Smith to Nixon. Nixon's picked up by Enos Watley. Walton high, looking on the baseline. Smith was running that baseline. Here's Johnson with a sweeping hook shot, puts it in. Little jump hook. And L.A. draws first blood, and it didn't take long to get it, just a little over 10 seconds. Jordan picked up by Derek Smith. He'll have his hands full tonight. Smith, however, is a good athlete, and that's part of the skills you have to have. And what a move by Jordan, starting right out of the gate.
You gotta love it.
3 men were up there, and he pump faked them all.
Walton gets up pretty good. Great timing for a block shot. He went up, pulled it back down, hung a little bit, and put it off the glass. He showed the fans in the first play what he's here for.
Walton sets it off. Here is Rory White into the middle. Fires, misfires, and Jordan's there to pull it down. Looks up the court. Bounce pass. Steve Johnson on the run, traveling as he tried to put it in. Ball goes over. Out of bounds, Clippers. So L.A. will take control from their own end and run it up. They have Smith and Nixon in the backcourt. Nixon, one of the craftiest ball handlers in the National Basketball Association. Started the night 7th in the league in assists. Smith is a good scorer. Played his college ball at Louisville. Here's Walton. Low lob back. Smith on the back door. Got behind his man, and Derek Smith has his first 2. A 6'6" guard. Played with the NCAA champs in 1980. And it's the Clippers with their first lead of the game. Woolridge driving the baseline. Goes up. Walton challenged him. There was a whistle stopping play. And Big Red, I think, is going to be called for the foul.
O's taking it to the hoop the first time. He gets by his man. Walton is up in the air, protects the basket well, and just some great hang time there by Mr. Woolridge, was able to draw that foul.
Orlando came in tonight the number 14 scorer in the NBA, and I think it was very well put in one of the Los Angeles papers here. Tommy Bonk, who is a veteran NBA columnist, was writing about Michael Jordan like everybody else has been, and he also put a few words in the notes column about Orlando Woolridge. They're saying he's having an outstanding year, but his year is being overshadowed. Here's Walton low, fakes, got around, Jordan slammed it. Jordan was back covering as Walton got open in there. And Big Bill has his first pair, and it's the Clippers by 2 at 6-4. Watley, Caldwell Jones looking underneath. It hit traffic, out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulls. The Clippers have it. Bad pass.
Looked like it tipped off Walton's hand, but
yeah.
You know, you mentioned about Nixon being a great offensive point guard. He was the off guard with Magic Johnson in Los Angeles, and he's developed into playing at either spot very well.
Here's Nixon spinning, goes to the glass. Steve Johnson with a rebound. He had 13 of them in the game at Phoenix last night. Watley to Jones, breaking. It was blocked against the board. Goaltending. It counts. Caldwell Jones with a field goal. That was a nice pass to him.
Good pass coming down the lane. Walton got up and hit it off the glass. Bernie Fryer was right there to say, we're going to give it to him. Here comes Mo Watley with the ball down the side behind Walton's head. It's up off the glass, and then it's pinned. You see those strobe lights going. Again, that's one of the national sport magazines taking some Michael Jordan pictures.
Here's Nixon dropping it low. Jordan snuck in there, made another steal. Came in leading the league in steals. Here's Woolridge on the other end. Kaboom! Oh, Woolridge has 4 points.
He was up around the rim with his head that trip, and a great pass by Michael Jordan. Half-court bounce pass. Oh, never had a break stride. Picked it up and slammed it through.
Perfect play. Jordan and Woolridge, a devastating combination when it's working. Walton to Johnson. Misses. Rebound sealed off by Chicago, and the Bulls are working on the boards here early. Nearly 3 minutes old now in the game. Watley driving, looking to scoop off. He tried to bail out on it, and there was nobody there to pick up the ball. Nixon to Smith, penetrating. Goes up, pinned against the board. Foul. It'll be Caldwell Jones picking up this one. He was the last line of defense.
Michael Jordan went for the block. They went around him, and leaning in with his body, Smith draws a foul from Caldwell Jones. Smith to the line for the first time for the Clippers.
Shooting about 80%, just under that on the year. He has 3, and it is now a 1-point Bulls lead at 8-7. Smith gets them both. He has 4. So it's a tie game now at 8 apiece. And the Bulls will move it right to left. Here's Jordan. Yeah, there was that trap. Smith fell down. Man open in the corners, Woolridge, and he sticks it. Woolridge has 6. He's off to a good first quarter again. And the Bulls by a pair. Marcus Johnson moving. Nice block shot. Steve Johnson. Goaltending, they say. Give the basket to Marcus Johnson. The Bulls had hands up there everywhere trying to block it.
1 apiece on a goaltend. He goes by Woolridge. Woolridge goes up with him. It does get to the glass, and they wipe it off, and that's a good call. Lynham was up hollering about it. A little slow, Bernie Fryer, but it was a good call.
And Watley brings it across. There's the screen from Caldwell Jones. Opens Watley up a little bit. Jordan underneath. Steve Johnson. The head fake goes up for it. Bottom rim, and he slammed the rebound in.
That's what you like to see when you take that advantage of that big man inside. Walton blocked the first shot, came back so fast that he was able to pick it up and hammer it home.
And here is Walton looking for a man in the paint. Boy, Rory White's been in there a little while. Smith count the basket, and he was fouled as he went off of the glass for it. Derek Smith has 6, and Jordan picks up the personal.
Takes him in a post. He gives him the fake up. Jordan stays there, but he caught him on the arm as a good lean-in by Smith. Smith's averaging just a touch below what Marcus Johnson is, so he is well out in scoring this year.
Oh, yeah, he's done a great job, and he's playing with a left ankle injury tonight. Hasn't bothered him thus far, has it? Jordan. Smith has 7 for the quarter. Lob underneath. Going up, Johnson. He's hammered. Deep in there. Marcus Johnson and Bill Walton were there, and Walton will draw the personal foul, and that's number 2 on him.
I think Michael is responsible for all the points on the board. He's given it to everybody. Here he gets trapped over on the right-hand side across from the Bulls bench. We'll take a look at it after the first of 2 by Steve.
And he's there with that first one.
Michael with eyes behind his head. Side of him or top of him or something. Great vision anyway, Bill.
Yeah, everywhere. Everywhere. He has 4 now. Steve Johnson with 4 points. We're down over 4 minutes, first quarter of play. 4 minutes old now. Norm Nixon, nice little screen set up there by Marcus Johnson for him. Now Nixon goes the other way, right against the grain. Here's Derek Smith, and he slips it in from the baseline. He has 9 for the quarter, and boy, he's carrying this Clippers team on his back. The Bulls just can't seem to stop him. It's the Clippers by a point at 15-14. Watley, they have isolated a little off of the glass for the basket. Enos on the board with his first 2.
Both shooting super build here so far.
Off to a great start. Now, Walton's just coming into your screen as a trailer. There he is. Lob. We had a foul underneath. Steve Johnson was backpedaling the cover as they were going for Derek Smith on an alley-oop.
They're going to try to put all the action. Here's an alley-oop pass by Walton. It's not really a good pass. He sort of pulled a string on it. He saw players there. And you see Steve Johnson come down all over him. Smith will shoot, and Kevin says he didn't have control, and they go back a long way. Bernie Fryer he was a player in this league, and he has some problem with
Kevin?
Some of the coaches that have been around, Jerry Sloan, some of the guys that have seen him play.
Yeah, he's saying, hey, he never had control. You can't take a shot unless you have control of the ball.
Well, Derek Smith's got 10 points in the game, having a great quarter here, and the Clippers are working on him, trying to get him the ball, give him all the confidence they can.
Derek Smith, as high as 23, he's halfway there. He is halfway there, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter yet. Michael Jordan in the forecourt. Bulls trailing by a point. Chicago with possession. Nice cross-court feed. Jordan going in, throws it up. Oh, Skinny puts it in on an amazing move.
Oh, they had the trap on. They had the trap on. They heard a pass by Orlando Woolridge out of the corner. Flips it to Michael too far. He has to catch it, come in, goes around. Norm Nixon flips it up off the glass. It hits educatedly and falls through.
And the miss on the three-point play by Jordan. He has 4, and the Bulls now lead it by a point at 18-17. Johnson off of the glass. He didn't even put it off the glass, just put it up and in. And Johnson now has 6 for the quarter. And it is a 19-18 Clippers lead. Jordan up front. And Steve Johnson on the wing. Nice move to the baseline. Whistle as Johnson was putting up. He was blocked from getting to that position. Rory White took the block. That's his first. We'll have timeout on the floor. 5.5 minutes old, and it's the Clippers leading the Bulls by a point. All right, the broadcast rights to this game have been granted to Sports Vision by the Chicago Bulls, solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. And boy, some entertainment we've had thus far tonight, haven't we? Any reproduction or other use of this program without the express written consent of Sports Vision is strictly prohibited. Bill Hazen and Johnny Kerr, greetings from the West Coast, and we saw a sensational move by Michael Jordan just a few moments ago. And the miss at the three-point attempt, but we'll see now as both teams come back out onto the floor, and Chicago will have it out of bounds. After the common foul. Caldwell Jones, it was lost. Marcus Johnson, nice flip. Here's Nixon on the drive, went behind the back on a bounce pass. Watley comes up with it. He has Woolridge on his right, Jordan on his left. Jordan, what a pump shot. Wouldn't go down. Walton has the rebound. That time Jordan ran into a little bit too much defense, and Derek Smith loses it on the sideline. He was bothered.
That time, Enos might have flipped it to Orlando on the other side. He had a nice 3 on 2 fast break, but you can't go wrong too often putting it to Mr. J.
Well, I'll tell you, when you have, it's tough to make a choice, isn't it? Here's Watley now. They have a little isolation. Coming in the back is Johnson. The slam basket, it counts. Steve Johnson reps one down.
Boy, the Bulls have been sharp. Johnson with his 6-point. Watch Mo Watley with right across the ear of Marcus Johnson, breaking without breaking stride. He catches it and powers it in. Beautiful move.
Well, that puts the bonus into effect, and Steve Johnson going for the three-point play does not get it. And here comes L.A. up court quickly. They get the ball out in a hurry. Here's Nixon. White. Looking. We've had no changes in terms of personnel from that timeout. Walton at the medium post, operates well from there, goes off of the glass, didn't get it. The rebound, Derek Smith in traffic, and he puts it up and in. Derek Smith is having a sensational first quarter with 13 points.
He's catching Michael Jordan watching the action too, and he is going right to the board.
And here's a guy who signed as a free agent. You know, how much better can you come up with than a player like this that they got? He's really turned out beautifully for them. There's a standout in the Metro Conference.
Caldwell Jones on that turnaround jumper.
Knocking one in. He has 4. And so it is now the Bulls by a point at 22-21. Norm Nixon will bring it up. Watley to cover him. Here's that high screen from Walton. Nixon tried to fight through, or Watley tried to fight through. Speed low. Rory White off of the glass. And the rebound, Woolridge. He was way up there on that one. Watley. He'll pull up. He'll take that. Nobody went to get him. Nobody picked him up. He had all the momentum he needed right to the basket. He has 4, and the Bulls kick it out to a 3-point lead. 24-21. Down under 5 minutes remaining for the quarter. First quarter of play for Los Angeles. This is also the home court of Southern Cal. The Pac-10. Long one misses by Derek Smith. Fight for the rebound. White in there. Puts it up. Block shot. Foul on the block. Steve Johnson, I think. Indeed, they give it to Steve. That's his second.
Bulls have done a good job of rebounding. That time Smith fires from the outside is short. First time he's missed anything all evening. And a nice rebound by Rory White. Gets it, gives a fake, goes up. Johnson trying for the block, picks it up. David Greenwood off with his warm-ups, and he'll be right in the lineup.
White misses the first one. He'll have one more. And first substitution for the Bulls is Steve Johnson, who has 2 personal fouls, goes to the bench. David Greenwood replaces him in the Bulls lineup. David, who played his college ball and high school ball right here. Started at Bourbon Day High School. And then onward to UCLA, where he was a great, great player. So they had a nice hand for him when he came back onto the floor tonight. Here's Jordan in the forecourt. Bulls right now lead it by a pair. Greenwood. Feeling the ball for the first time. Pressured at 6 seconds to shoot. Nice move by Caldwell Jones, and he really faked Bill Walton out. Jones was 6. Fans wanted traveling.
Yeah, they did. And boy, the Bulls need some scoring out of that center position. Corzine has been giving them the only little bit they've had.
Nixon down the lane, collided with Caldwell Jones, trying to stop him, or maybe it was Greenwood, I think.
Caldwell Jones walking with a little bang, but Greenwood, I think it's in there. It's a nice move by Nixon to his left. He hits them both. You see both of them taking a piece of Norm Nixon. Foul given to David Greenwood, his first.
All right, and the bonus light goes on for L.A. at 3:57. Nixon at the line. Misses the first one. Nixon's well, he's not a great foul shooter, about average in this league, just at nearly 70%. On the board with his first point, and the Bulls by 3. As well as the Bulls have played, they have not been able to pull away from this Clippers team, courtesy of, among other things, 13 points by Derek Smith, who looks like an all-world basketball player right now.
Michael down the hole.
Yeah, now he comes out, pops out, gets it. 7 seconds to shoot. May have to take one himself. He fires. Up in the air, doesn't go down, and Harvey Catchings, who just came in for Los Angeles, got that rebound. He was well up in the air to pull it down. Harvey Catchings. And Donaldson also just in the lineup. There's the feed to Donaldson on the low post. Kicks it out. Donaldson gets it back in the paint, going hard to the hole. Caldwell Jones blocked his shot. He blocked his shot as he tried to put it up. Bulls counterattack. Woolridge has it stripped away. Here comes Los Angeles again. Smith driving, charging hard into Caldwell Jones. Basket, foul. Caldwell Jones picks it up, his second.
Good move. Derek Smith really wired up tonight. He comes in and watch him. Caldwell tries to stand, take position on him. The ball comes up off the glass and in. All right, let's see a nice block here by Caldwell Jones from the back on Donaldson.
And as we return to live action, Smith now has 16 points. He has put on a real clinic this first quarter, and he's kept his Clippers right in there. It's a 26 tie, and a timeout is going to be taken by the Chicago Bulls here with 3 minutes remaining for the quarter. It's tied at 26. That's Jim Lynam in his second year. He's a St. Joseph's grad, like many outstanding basketball minds. They've had a number of come out of there. And Kevin Lockery, head coach of the Bulls, played at St. John's. 2 Eastern basketball powers. Right now we have a 26-26 tie. I know you're looking for something in that book, Red. I just haven't figured out what it is.
Oh, just looking through it here and everything.
Woolridge will put it in bounds to Greenwood. So it's Woolridge and Greenwood at the forwards right now. Dave Corzine is checked in the middle for the Chicago Bulls. Enos Watley and Jordan in the backcourt. Corzine looks under pressure, goes up for the shot, blocked by Catchings, out of bounds. It goes back to Chicago with what had gone down to 2 seconds to shoot. Now they recycle it to 5. Corzine with the inbounds. He'll have to take it. A high arching shot. Misses the mark, and Johnson has the rebound. Ahead to Nixon. Here come the Clippers. Nixon pulls up as he reaches the center line. Nixon, Watley on him. Here's Marcus Johnson trying to pop up high. They feed it low instead to Donaldson, and they double him right away. Nixon's open. There's that little inside-outside game that we've talked about so much in pro basketball. Nixon was open as they tried to put some extra help on there for Donaldson, who is very strong near the basket. Clippers lead by a pair. It's been tight here in this first quarter. Seesaw, mostly the Bulls have been in front. L.A. has had their moments too. And Woolridge, the shot was deflected up in the air, came loose. Here come the Clippers out of there. Woolridge wanted a foul, and it wasn't coming. Nixon almost stole it. Watley tried for the steal. Nixon still controlling. And now Jordan has switched off on Nixon. Derek Smith trying to post up. Watley caught in there deep. Smith goes up and he's hammered as Corzine had to come over to cover. And Dave Corzine has his first personal aid. A little mix-up defensively there, Red, and the Bulls paid for it.
Pass over the top to Derek Smith. Watley had him. Now nobody's got him. And Corzine trying to help out in the middle picks the foul up and to the line.
And so to the line goes Smith. He has had a sensational quarter. He's had as good of a quarter as we've seen any player in the league have this year. 17 points for Derek Smith. And if you're thinking like I am, Red, there is a possibility that he could be very close to the club record for scoring. for a quarter. He has 18 points for the quarter, and he's done everything but sell the popcorn here in Los Angeles. Clippers by 4 now. This is their largest lead of the game. Woolridge, Corzine. Quentin Daly's checked into the Bulls lineup. And Jordan to the bench. Here is Enos Watley firing in a long one. He has 6. Down under a minute and a half left to go for the quarter. Junior Bridgman is up off of the Clippers bench, ready to come in as necessary. Here's Catchings on the wing. Greenwood will get plenty of room out there. Nixon. Looking inside is Marcus Johnson. Driving, hooking. Nope. Corzine with a rebound, and the Bulls can tie with a basket. Watley. Quentin Daly fires his first one. Doesn't make it. Greenwood tipping it, keeping it alive, and then Marcus Johnson comes up with it. Spinning a beautiful 360 move. 3-on-2. Catchings for the field goal.
Well, a fast break is in gear now. Catchings on the receiving end. That time of something that's usually reserved for Marcus Johnson.
Marcus Johnson really made that play with a beautiful 360 spin, and he kept full control of the ball. 40 seconds left for the quarter. Here's Daly to the baseline. Corzine in the paint, and the whistle sounded 3 seconds before Greenwood could slam it. Too much time. Turnover at 34 seconds left. Junior Bridgman coming in. White coming back in. That's Coach Lynham and Coach Kevin Lockery. So Junior Bridgman in for the first time for the Clippers. Nixon double pumping. Wouldn't go down. The rebound lost in there, and White puts it up and in. Woolridge lost the ball. He had it and lost it. White with 3. Now it's down to 21 seconds. The Bulls can hold for a shot. They're 6 down. This game has had a lot of exciting moments early. Some big plays early. Enos Watley. Over. 5 seconds to shoot. Underneath Greenwood. Goes up, and he was challenged by Donaldson. And Donaldson picks up the personal foul. The big 7-footer from Washington State.
Boy, is he humongous when you talk about it. He stands there, blocks that basket as they get it to Greenwood. Greenwood's got one chance to stuff it, and catching him with the left hand, Donaldson. So Greenwood to the line, and Donaldson with his first.
And Greenwood's on the board. He'll have one more.
All right, now you want to see him put some pressure on, not to get the ball down. 3 seconds to go here in this quarter.
Good point. Clock won't start. Missed on the free throw. Now it does start. Here's Nixon. 1 second left. And with that, the whistle sounds. And the Los Angeles Clippers will have a 5-point lead at the end of 1 quarter of play. 34-29 Los Angeles. We'll be back in a minute. Well, we've seen one of the really outstanding quarters of basketball played by an individual this year. Derek Smith did it all. 18 points in the first quarter. He hit every free throw and just about every shot he put up to go along with it. Had to excite that fan right there, among others, who are in attendance here. They're expecting their largest crowd of the year to see the Bulls and Michael Jordan. There's been a lot of talk about it. You see that they indeed have this place pretty well filled up here tonight.
23 points in a quarter by Randy Smith is the record. 10 field goals in a quarter is the record. He wasn't close to the 10 field goals, but that's something to remember. He's got 18 points. He has a career high of 26, so he can get that, and he can go home and watch the baby, help his wife with the shopping.
That's right. And folks here in the Los Angeles area certainly ought to remember the 26 he got because it was against the Lakers. So he could well go over that. He could be over that by midway through the second quarter if he keeps this up. Bulls start the second quarter with Enos Watley and Quentin Daly in the backcourt. Corzine, Rod Higgins in the ball game now at a forward spot, seeing his first action, and David Greenwood. That's the 5 for the Bulls. Daly from the free throw area rolls, won't go down. Higgins had inside possession, was batted around on him, went over the sideline, and the Clippers have it back. Out of bounds, Los Angeles. They have a 5-point lead here beginning the second quarter of play, and what has turned into a very warm building. Is it just me, or is it hot in here? Here's Nixon to the free throw line. Backs up on Watley, fires and hits. Norm Nixon has 5 points now, and that lead is now up to 7. The Bulls are going to have to be a little careful here. Make sure things don't get out of reach. Enos Watley looking, goes to Greenwood near the baseline. He'll fire. It was partially deflected. Catchings got a hand on it. Nixon has a 3-on-1. Again, Catchings for the slam.
Catchings filling the wing. He's supposed to be a center. Right now he's playing the power forward spot and doing an outstanding job. He's got 2 fast break baskets.
Yeah, indeed. That is twice that he's gotten down. Went with the left hand both times and put it in. Here's Higgins. Watley, low feed David Greenwood. He's going to challenge Catchings. Goes inside the head fake. And he drew the foul on Catchings, who went for it. And Harvey picks up personal foul number 1.
Tries to post him up. He gives him a couple fakes. Harvey doesn't move. He tries to give him a belly block. He's only going to lean underneath here. He might have taken itsy bitsies to get Harvey up, but he's going to be rewarded at the foul line.
So David Greenwood gets a pair. 1 for 2 to the moment for David. That's his only scoring. David came in 7 of 11 from the foul line. He's now 8 of 14 as he gets ready to put this one up on the season. David signed, of course, in midseason. This is his 8th game back. He has led the club twice in rebounding. Clippers on top by 8 now at 38-30. Nixon. L.A. lob it over a little bit. Bridgman fires for the first time. Look out if he gets going.
Well, a familiar face to the Chicago Bull fans.
Junior Bridgman, who came off a 17-point performance against Seattle, and I think he's starting right where he left off. Daly. Higgins drops it low. Great feed. And Greenwood tried to back in there deep and lost control of the ball as he went up with it. I thought perhaps he could have just gone right to the hole, but he backed in sideways a little bit. Nixon on a miss. Here's Greenwood, a 3-on-1. Matthews driving all the way. Foul. Junior Bridgman, the only man back to defend, and Bridgman will get it. And Jim Lineman probably not too happy that the Clippers didn't get back on that.
That was a good rebound that time by David Greenwood. He got it out to Wes Matthews. Matthews drew the fake. Went up to lay it off the glass. Nixon leaves now, and Lancaster Gordon, our rookie, comes back in as we look at another angle. A good move to the middle to draw the man to him right across the top of the head. He got hit.
And Wes Matthews goes to the foul line, missing that first opportunity. He will have one more.
That was Junior Bridgman on that foul, by the way, if you're keeping score at home.
You're absolutely right on that. And for those of us keeping score here, worth keeping in mind. So 1 free throw for Wes Matthews. And that makes it now a 40-31 game. Here's Catchings. Well out. Bridgman fires a long one. Somebody's going to have to get up on him. He does this to the Bulls all the time. And somebody's going to have to get up on him. He is just a great shooter. Here's Daly. And now it is the Clippers on top by 11. Bulls have a tough night here. This is a game they really need to get if they can and end a losing streak. Daly lofts it high, bounces, and finally goes in. Q on the board with his first 2. Early in the second quarter. 2.5 minutes old. Second quarter of play, and it's the Clippers by 9. They have the ball. 42-33. Lancaster Gordon covered by Matthews. Bridgman again. This time he misses. Greenwood got the rebound. Outlets it. Matthews looking up the floor for Chicago. To Corzine. Donaldson trying to cover him. Higgins inside, and nice move. He got in there, put it up off of the glass, and in, and Rod has his first 2. This is the unit that led the Chicago comeback from 25 down in Portland, basically, Red.
Yes.
And
good job.
Yeah, he's gone to them early. Kevin Lockery's gone to them early here. Here's Donaldson. Kicks it to Gordon. Pressure from Quentin Daly. Now Donaldson, he lost it going up. Tie ball. They'll jump it up. Corzine and Donaldson.
Donaldson was looking towards the hoop. He took his eye off the ball. Watch him put it down. It hits his foot, I believe. No, it just hit the floor. It came right up between his hands. Jump ball.
3-inch height advantage to L.A. Michael Cage, number 44, has come in for Los Angeles, and sure enough, he's the guy who ended up with the ball after Donaldson had managed to tip it out. So L.A. with a fresh 24 here.
Okay, but not totally pleased with the Lancaster Gordon and Michael Cage.
Yeah, neither one of those guys has figured too prominently. White, they tried to blast it inside to him, and Matthews, sliding back, was able to knock it away. Out of bounds.
They've got some good mileage out of this guy, Rory White. He's a journeyman, really, and boy, he's worked his way into the starting lineup.
And timeout on the floor. 8:19 in the second remaining. It's the Clippers leading by 7. We hope you'll be with us in Sports Vision coming up December the 4th, Tuesday. The Bulls finally get home from all of this, and 7:30 they'll be taking on the New Jersey Nets. So join us for that here on Sports Vision. L.A. with the inbounds pass. Johnson leaning in on Daly, missed the mark, tipped around, and Corzine has the rebound, and the Bulls can try to cut it down to 5 if they score. Quentin Daly across to Matthews. Well, this is the same thing that happened in Seattle. The second unit came in and bailed the first unit out, Red. Seem to be doing it again. Bulls were down by 11. Here's Higgins firing one, and it's a 5-point game. Rod Higgins has 4. And the Clippers leading by 5. This unit has dug in defensively, and they've really battened the hatches a little bit. Gordon with Matthews on him. Nothing easy for Gordon. Drops it off. Donaldson. That was easy. Donaldson shook loose in there, and the big 7-footer rammed one down for his first 2 of the game. Demoted from the starting lineup. He is now coming off of the bench. Matthews. Here's Higgins high. He'll fire again. Nope, not this time, and the rebound swept away as Bridgman comes down with it. Bridgman has Lancaster Gordon on his left. Now Gordon's going to go run the baseline a little bit. Cage comes out. That's him with the ball. Here's Gordon. Gordon to the baseline. Bridgman took a hard fall, and as Gordon tried to get the shot off, the foul was called on Wes Matthews, who was trying to sweep it away, and that's number 1 on Wes.
Matthews thinks he's the fly swatter here. He's not going to let his man get in. He goes up over the top, catches a little bit of the wrist. Comes Michael back in, and that's what you heard that cheer about. Gordon up with the shot and nothing but net. Now, you would assume that the Bulls would be well aware, as you and I are, that Gordon is not having a good year, neither is Michael Cage, so you'd play them relatively loose, I would think, and help out, not play them belly to belly, make their shots come from the outside, cheat a little bit on them. But
I was thinking the same thing. You look at Gordon, he's shooting under 30% on the year. You got to let a guy like that shoot. 5 minutes old, second quarter. The Clippers back up by 9 again. Cross court from Greenwood to Jordan. He'll shoot it. And Michael Jordan now has a total of 6 points for the game, and the Bulls pull back within 7. So Jordan has come in, and Quentin Daly is now on the backcourt, on the bench rather, for the Bulls. Jordan has taken his place. Bridgman fed in low to Donaldson. Look out in there. Lays it up and in. James Donaldson has 4. And boy, when he gets that deep on you, it's just really hard to stop him. Matthews, Greenwood. Walton and Derek Smith are off of the L.A. bench ready to come in. Matthews, Corzine, he's open. He'll fire, and he makes that. Dave Corzine, a good shooter from the top of the key. He's on the board with his first 2.
As you mentioned, he's been at double figures last 3 games, and boy, do they need the help of that scoring.
Need every bit of help that they can get out of that pivot position. Here's Donaldson. Corzine staying right with him in the post area. Long one by Gordon, and he bombs it in. Lancaster Gordon with 4. And right now, he's up over his average, and it only took him 2 trips down the floor to do it. Greenwood, under 6 left to go in the second quarter. Corzine fires and hits again. And L.A. is not adjusting to getting a man out to cover Corzine. He's popping out. He's wide open.
And Donaldson has that ability to lag back and help his teammates out, but you can't do that on Corzine, especially from that foul line.
Nice lob underneath. Bridgman took a hard fall as he went high into the air, drawing a foul, doing a little skywalking of his own right there.
Marcus Johnson on the alley-oop. He flips it up high. Dave tries to get it, and looked like, yeah, it was David Greenwood on that foul. Let's take another angle on it. Second foul. They picked Jordan off high. They tried the alley-oop, and down he went. Smith waiting to come in. He's going to come in for Junior Bridgman. Walton back in the lineup.
Juwan Oldham is in for the Bulls.
Well, I wanted to see Juwan get some play out here. They've got a big Donaldson in there. This guy can get up and fight. And Bridgman knocks his first one. He's got 5 points in the game. And maybe he can block some shots out there and grab some rebounds.
Yeah, maybe he can make some things happen. And he's been known to do it every once in a while.
You're not going to help you sitting on the bench.
Oldham gets the rebound after the missed shot. And the Bulls will come up court. They now trail it by 8. Jordan brings it across, and Bridgman is on him. This is a fine matchup right here. Bridgman is a quality athlete and a guy who really plays tough defense. Jordan swinging in. He was hacked as he was on the drive.
Marcus got him. A drive to the middle. Steve Johnson flips it to him in the corner. He had Junior going with, you saw his momentum going to the baseline. He gave him a little bit of a push. It was not a shooting foul. Bridgman leaves now, and we saw Smith come back into the game.
Common foul out of bounds. Matthews with it. Chicago in control. Inside pass for Oldham was stolen away by Lancaster Gordon. Here comes the Louisville standout, collegiate standout in Louisville. Now Walton in the post. Kicks it across. Cage in the drive. Goes for it. Boy, he almost put that off of the top of the board, and it took a crazy bounce, and Walton was right there to pick up the garbage and put it in. Just tap it right in there. He has 4. 10 points. The Los Angeles lead. They sprinted out after the game was pretty close early. Here's Jordan with another 2. Michael Jordan has 8. The game was close early, and then L.A. sprinted out to what was as large as an 11-point lead, and right now it's at 8. In the forward court, Marcus Johnson. Higgins is on him. Up to Walton. Juwan Oldham, respecting his shooting ability, comes out. Here's Derek Smith in the paint. A high arching jumper. Goal! He put it right in. 20 points for Derek Smith. Boy, if he's shooting like that, I would never take him out.
Well, they took him out to match Jordan. That's what they want to do, play him against Jordan.
He's getting the better of it right now. Oldham. Wes Matthews is open. He fires a long one. Nope. Steve Johnson with a rebound. Bulls have it back with a fresh 24. Johnson will hold it. Nice feed underneath. Matthews for the layup. Johnson was patient that time, Red.
Yeah, he was. A lot of guys would want to take a hook or throw it up with a jump shot, but he waited, moved that pivot foot, the one he could move.
Almost a steal in the backcourt. Derek Smith gets it across. Johnson tried for the steal. To Cage. To Marcus Johnson.
Everything working well now, and they break the press. The ball is right into the net. Bulls trail by 10 now. They're hanging right in there, though.
Bulls are coming close to steals, but they're not quite getting it. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining for the quarter. It's a 10-point Clippers lead. Low feed to Steve Johnson in there. Goes off of the glass. No, Higgins tipped it. And the rebound one-handed out of there by Marcus Johnson. Lancaster Gordon to Cage. He fires. Nope. Marcus Johnson way up there for the rebound, but it comes out to Chicago. Driving is Jordan. Throws it. Steve Johnson. Far side of the floor to Matthews. Lobs it underneath. Here's Steve. Kicks it out. 9 seconds to shoot. Jordan's open. Fires and hits. And Michael starting to put on the offensive steam machine. He has 10. 8 points. The Clippers lead. Gordon in the forecourt. Matthews is on him. Driving. Nice steal. Matthews knocked it away, and then Jordan picked it up. Here come the Bulls. Rod Higgins, the head fake, goes into his man, fires. He forced contact there and got the foul on Cage.
That's a rookie mistake on Cage, and very well done by Rodney Higgins.
Timeout on the floor. 2.5 minutes left for the quarter. It's the Clippers by 8. Who's that gentleman?
Right? One flew over his cuckoo nest too many times over at the Forum. He does not go to the Forum anymore. He does not like the Lakers. He is with Los Angeles' team right here. He likes the Clippers.
How about that? Rod Higgins to the foul line.
I was doing a game last year in Boston, and when the Lakers were in, he got up in the middle of the stands, and he held a choke sign, and it was all over. Bulls rallied, of course, to win that, and Rod misses too.
And it's tipped over the sideline. Bulls get it back. Higgins missed them both.
I can't remember, really, Rod missing a pair of free throws like that in a long time. He's a very good free throw shooter. He's been around 80%.
Caldwell Jones is in now. Saw him come in. And Juwan Oldham is out. Here's Jordan. Hook faking. Johnson with a rebound. Working hard. Hook shot is in there. Steve Johnson has 8. Big Steve is doing the job, working on those boards. That's what it's going to take for this Bulls team to win and get themselves steadied here a little bit. Marcus Johnson, shot partially blocked. Nice effort by Orlando Woolridge as he got a hand in there. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Pass to Jordan from Daly. Jordan spinning under traffic. Drops it off to Steve Johnson. He'll shoot it. Doesn't make it. Woolridge with the rebound. Goes up strong. Foul! As he was trying to power it up and in. Bill Walton was there. See if he got it or whether it was White. And Rory White gets the foul.
All right, good board work now here by the Bulls. Orlando got it, took it back up to Walton, throwing it in a crowd. Walton says, I didn't get him. They said, no, 32 didn't, but 22 did, and that happens to be Rory White.
Orlando Woolridge has a pair, and he's there with that first one. First point of the quarter, 7 for O. Had a 16.8 rebound night against Phoenix. He's there. Very steady, dependable. Cousin of Willis Reed now has 8 points. The Bulls have cut it to 4. This is as close as they've been for a while. Pressure defense. They break it. Walton on a a great feed. Johnson just batted it to him.
Little volleyball setup that time. You can do that when you play out in California, a little fingertip touch.
That's right, a few hours at the beach.
And that was not a dink, that was a slam.
I'll say it was. Here's Woolridge trying to get it back to the Bulls. Drives in, off the glass, goes down. Woolridge has 10. Leaned in there. And it was all Steve Johnson could do to keep his hand out of there and not tip it. He was ready for the rebound. Came tantalizingly close to touching it. Backdoor play, basket is put in nicely. Derek Smith on the feed from Walton in the high post area.
Well, Walton is an excellent passer, maybe one of the best in the game. He catches at the top of the key, gets his man going. They catch Orlando as he went to the back door.
Now, Woolridge was caught on him. Obviously, it's not Orlando's man.
Well, when you're pressing, it's the responsibility of that back man, whoever it happens to be, and Bulls trying to put some pressure on. That's 23 now. I've got
for Mr. Smith. Here comes Mr. Smith. Boy, has he been impressive. Down approaching a minute left in the first half. It's the Bulls trailing by 7. Woolridge going to try to cut it to 5. With the left hand, he jams it in. He has a dozen.
Ooh, 20 seconds.
22nd timeout will be taken here by the Clippers. Chance to tell everybody at halftime. You already know this, Red. But let's take a look at this first before we remind you what's coming up in half.
Woolridge out of the corner. He's got Walton. Walton is right with him. He goes high. Gets picked off a little bit by his teammate, but that is a slam and a half right there.
Oh.
There he is, up, and away, and down through. He hit it off the back of the rim and through. Beautifully done.
Yeah, he had so much on it that it still went down even though he hit the back of the rim. Now, coming up at half, your guest will be...
I will be visiting with a guy that played with the Knicks many, many years ago, Dr. Ernie Vanderway, and we've got some interesting tales to talk about him and another member of his family.
Now, let me see. Was he one of your heroes, Red, or were you one of his heroes?
He was one of my heroes.
He may dispute that at half.
He offered me his
Ernie?
cane. He's walking around with his cane. He offered it to me before the game.
I asked Ernie, I said, are you one of his heroes or is he one of your heroes? He says you're one of his.
I used to ride my bike to watch Ernie play.
50 seconds left of the half. Here's Nixon. Walton with a high screen. Quentin Bailey stayed right with it. Now this time they got a rub off. Nixon puts it up and in. 7 points for Nixon, 40 seconds left. And that lead is 7 for the Clippers. Both bring it across. They'll try to cut it down. Been an even Steven second quarter. Jordan. Fake, got Smith up in the air, then didn't shoot on him. Caldwell Jones, a fadeaway. Front rims, kept alive by Woolridge. Jordan goes up, deflected in the air. Woolridge got the rebound. He'll try again.
He's got the hot hand now. O's got it.
Definitely want to go to him. 18 seconds left for the half. Norm Nixon will bring it into the forecourt. Quinn Daly is a little bit of an isolation here now for Nixon. We're down to 7 seconds. They've got a spread out here. 4 seconds. Nixon going to drive on Daly. Puts it up. No. And the half is over. The half is over, and the Bulls have hung in there tough against these Clippers who at 1 point had an 11-point lead, but now it is only 5. The Los Angeles Clippers will take a 64-59 lead into the locker room here at half. And when Johnny returns here at half, we'll be visiting with Ernie Vanderway. That's coming up next here on Sports Vision, so stay tuned. From his granddaughters, Jennifer and Melanie. So we wanted to pass that along. But anyway, John, I saw him. He came in. You know, he was in Seattle and then made the all-night flight back to Chicago and put in a full day's work. So he's really probably seeing stars right about now, but he'd love to see a Bulls victory. Was not able to be with the club in Phoenix due to other duties, but he has gotten out here to try to take in this game tonight. The Bulls beginning the second half. Jordan on the attack to Caldwell Jones. He fires a nice arching jumper and puts it right in. He has 8 for Caldwell Jones. Picks up right where the Bulls left off in the half. It's a 3-point game. This is as good as even. High numbers, obviously, NBA teams can score. Nice feed down the middle. White going to the hole. It was blocked. Orlando Woolridge blocked it at rim level, and White took a terrible fall. White took a terrible fall. There he is, lying on the ground. Jordan fires at the other end, and the rebound comes off to the Los Angeles Clippers. We have a man down, and Steve Johnson at the other end put his hands up and said, hey, wait a minute, let's don't have anybody driving down here because White is hurt. And trainer Mike Shemensky is out to attend to him.
All right, he got a pass down here from Smith. He goes for the block. Orlando Woolridge and Steve Johnson both there. They make the block on the ball. He comes down.
Ooh, and he fell right on the small of his back.
Take another look at it here as he goes in for the block. The shot, the block. Everybody's got a piece of the ball, and he comes down. I didn't see if he hit a knee on the way down or what, but Steve Johnson got hit in the left side of his head too, and
yeah, he took a pretty good hand right there at face level, and I think a timeout is going to be called here. We'll return and pick it up in a moment. 11:17 left in the third. It's the Clippers by 3, 64-61. Here is Rory White walking off of the floor. He looks like he's okay. Trainer Mike Shemensky accompanying him off the floor. He did fall. It appeared on the small of his back. He took a very, very good shot and has been replaced by Harvey Catchings in the Clippers lineup. And here's Catchings firing. Front rims on it. Marcus Johnson with a rebound. No, Walton tried for the tip, and it comes out to the Chicago Bulls as Caldwell Jones finally sealed it off. Minute old, third quarter of play. And the Bulls can pull to a point if they score. Watley looking. Orlando Woolridge. Marcus Johnson's on it. Good head fake. Shot was blocked in the air. Walton was in the right spot. 2-on-1. Norm Nixon all the way for the hoop. Norm Nixon has 9. That's what a great player can do for you when he's healthy and playing well. And I know his coach, who you just saw, Jim Lynam, and to be pleased with that. Walton stepped right out there and did it. 5 points, the Clippers lead. Michael Jordan. We have a switch now. Catchings is out on Jordan. They got a mismatch somewhere. Woolridge fires, misfires. Boy, they should have tried to bury it inside there. They had a mismatch somewhere on the floor. Here's Walton down the lane. Nope, tip. And cleared out by the Bulls. Steve Johnson got it over to Woolridge, and now here comes Watley. He has Jordan on his left. Jordan fired. Michael Jordan with a dozen. And now it's a three-point game again. Chicago Bulls trail it. L.A. with the ball. Kevin Lockery is a little upset about the defensive effort right here. Walton at the high post. Nixon. Now the Bulls double him, forcing him back. Goes to Walton, 5 to shoot. Walton, Steve Johnson's on him. 1 second to shoot. They didn't get it off. Smith flying through there. Good defensive effort by the Bulls. I think the Clippers lost track of the time, and I know Jim Lynam not happy to see that.
Well, it's good to see there are other coaches that get upset in this league.
Well, we certainly know ours.
That's right.
It'll be a one-point game if the Bulls score. Here's Watley in the fourth quarter. 66-63 Clippers. Woolridge, nice drive. Shot was blocked as he went up. Or maybe he lost it. But I think it was deflected. The angle that came off there, it appeared to be deflected. Nixon. Walton's the trailer, just coming into your screen now. And Nixon fires. Little quick pass right back to him. Norm Nixon has all the Clipper points here in the third period. The floor that they do have. And it's a 5-point Clipper lead. We're a little over 3 minutes old. Not much scoring here early in the third. Jordan pops out. Looking inside. Jordan with 6 to shoot. Kicks it over to Watley. He's open. He fires. He hits. Enos Watley has 8. And the Bulls hanging in there tough. They've been back within 3. Nixon brings it across to Smith. Nixon and Smith in the backcourt for L.A. Catchings, Johnson, and Bill Walton up front. Now, here's Nixon. He'll fire it with not much time remaining. He puts it down, and Nixon's on a hot streak. He has 13. Enos Watley's going to have to really get on him.
It's so hard. Kevin's got him switching, double-teaming men, and that's his shot right there at the top of the key.
Here's Jordan to the baseline, trying to drive it. Derek Smith whistle, offensive foul Jordan. Ball goes over, and it's number 2 on Jordan. Out of bounds, and so the Clippers can go up by 7 if they score. Now we had a lot of baskets being traded. Pressure on the inbounds pass. Now the Clippers can kind of break that log jam, trading it, seesawing between 5 and 3, 5 and 3. They have the opportunity to kick it up to 7. Nixon, low feed, Walton wide open. And Walton goes down. Caldwell Jones in the foul. We also had Steve Johnson, who may have gotten hit right in the eye. And the Bulls will take it.
He got hit once on the side of the head. Before they both leave him, the Bulls do not switch good. And Walton is all alone. He goes up for the slam. And I think he ran into Caldwell Jones. That's where Steve Johnson got it. It's a 20-second timeout here. Steve, the second time now, and 2 collisions. Comes up with his head sore. Walton over talking to his coach. He'll be back on the free throw line for a prayer.
Well, I'll tell you this. L.A. is finding some people open near the basket, and they're getting... I'll tell you, Walton was so wide open when he turned around. I'm sure he had to be shocked to see that the basket right there in front of him and nobody there to oppose him.
Well, it's basic basketball is a pick and roll or one man driving off of another guy, and what you've got to do in that situation, you have to talk and switch. Now watch this. Walton is all alone. Nobody stayed with him. You've got to talk to him. And there is your... there he got it. You see the elbow from Caldwell Jones. Walton goes down. When he comes back, he'll be at the free throw line. Rory White, we're informed, has sprained his back, the lower right back, and it's doubtful if we'll see him back in the lineup.
Well, you know, there's one player in the league who already knows about Caldwell Jones' elbows. That's Steve Stefanovic. He broke his nose in an elbow in Indianapolis. So let's certainly hope that didn't happen here. Steve Johnson did catch one pretty flush. Walton with another one. This one rolls up, doesn't go down, and Caldwell has the rebound on the Bulls, who trail it now by 6. Watley walks it into the fourth court. This is Woolridge. Johnson's on him. Jones. Walton will give him room. Woolridge driving to the glass. Didn't use the glass. Put it in instead. Straight forward, and he has 16. 4-point game. L.A. Walton dribbles it across. Johnson. Walton's a good ball handler for his size. Nixon. Make the screen then. Walton broke toward the hoop. Nixon with a fadeaway. Walton with an offensive rebound. Kicks it out, and another 24 for L.A. Nixon driving. Derek Smith is open. And once you get something sealed off, it seems like another leak springs loose in the dike. 25 points for Derek Smith. And it's a 6-point game again. Quentin Daly off of the Bulls bench getting ready to come in. Whistle sounds as Watley is on the drive. He was fouled. Michael Jordan comes out. Daly comes in to replace him. That foul was called on the Clippers' Norm Nixon, his second. First of the quarter against L.A. Daly, he's going to fire. The shot was blocked in the air by Marcus Johnson, went over the end line, and they give it out of bounds. I was going to say, if it was blocked by Johnson, they had to give it out of bounds to the Bulls. Johnson got a hand on that. Orlando Woolridge will toss it in. Here's Q. Covered by Derek Smith. Long one by Watley. Oh, and he hits it. Enos Watley throws it in from no man's land. That was nearly a 3-point shot. 10 for Watley, and it's a 4-point Clipper lead. Nixon. Catchings breaks high. They backdoor it. Smith on the cut. Missed on the hook. Look at him bang the boards. No, yes, on the rebound by Walton. The third try, and Walton hammered it down. That's not a good sign as far as the Bulls are concerned, because the Clippers are starting to get to the glass. Jones. Quentin Daly. Head fake. Steve Johnson. Nope. Rebound. L.A. comes out of there. Marcus Johnson. To Nixon. L.A. can go up by 8 if they score. Joe Walton. Jones on him. Go down. Steve Johnson took a tumble. The Bulls come out of there with it. 4-on-3. Woolridge goes to Watley. Now Steve Johnson comes in as a trailer on this. Woolridge.
Q's in the corner all alone.
Couldn't get it to him. 10 to shoot. Here's Q in the paint. Goes for it. Shot blocked by Walton. They're going right into traffic, and Walton's knocking it down. Johnson driving to the basket. Missed on it. And now the Bulls will settle it down and go again. They want a time right here. They're going to take it with 5:05 remaining. Here in the third quarter, it is the Clippers by 6. The Clippers leading by 6, 75-69, 5:05 left in the third, and that's the Bulls huddle with Coach Kevin Lockery trying to, I'm sure, among other things, encourage his players to be sure to mark their men off and get on those boards.
Walton has done an outstanding job. He blocked that shot of Quentin Daly. Quentin stumbled coming out of the corner to get that shot off, and it was just enough to have Walton get up there and get a piece of it. Now, Walton blocked shots very well without getting himself into foul trouble. He doesn't really have to worry about his man doing a lot of scoring because Caldwell Jones just doesn't put it up that much, so he can beat a rover back on this Clipper club.
And he's coming out, so normally when Daly drives into the paint, he doesn't get the attention he's getting now. Watley tried to hook it, and Catchings jammed it out of bounds. And suddenly the Clippers have turned into the all-shot-blocking team here. Out of bounds, Chicago, 10 to shoot. Deep release to Watley. Here's Woolridge into the paint, driving hard on Walton and puts it off of the glass and in. That basket came hard. 18 points for Woolridge, and it is a 4-point Clippers lead. They have led since the end of the first quarter when they sprinted out to what one time was an 11-point lead. Walton at the medium post area, driving on Caldwell Jones. Oh, and he finger rolled it off of the glass and in. Walton has 11. Are we seeing the rebirth of the Walton of old here?
Well, I'm telling you, you're seeing him against the center. He doesn't have to worry about on the other end of the court. You watch a guy get full of vim and vigor.
Steve Johnson puts it up, and he puts it right down for 2. Steve Johnson has 10. He's in double figures.
Walton's got 11 in the game. He had 6 at halftime. He's not dominating that area, but he can smell that there's nobody out there that can stop him at the center position.
He's going to want to start going to the hole if this keeps up. There's the feed to him low for Marcus Johnson. He'll take him over the middle. Drops it. Bridgman wide open. Missed on the shot, and Quentin Daly has the rebound for Chicago. Bridgman has just come in with that last dead ball. Watley will bring it across. Nice screen from Caldwell Jones. Quentin Daly pops out. Now Johnson goes down low. Woolridge will drive. Arching jumper puts it in, and with 5 seconds on the shot clock, Woolridge went for it and got it. He has 20. Bridgman back the other way for L.A. It's now a 2-point game. Bulls hanging in there. Ball's kicked out, hit, what do we have? Whistle sounding.
Guess who's got the ball? Norman Van Leer, the captain of the Bulls, former captain of the Bulls, sitting to our left there.
He's here tonight to watch the game. 3-second violation. The ball goes over. The Bulls have it. They can tie with a hoop. We're down to 3 minutes, 15 seconds in the third. Here's Quentin Daly. Jordan trying to post low. There he is, topping out. Oh, went around in a circle. Bridgman. Jordan driving. Bridgman trying to defend. And we had a foul in the lane. Bridgman called for it. And Junior has personal foul number 2. Personal team foul number 2.
This club is recovering better than anybody I've seen on Michael Jordan's drives. You know, he's getting the fake, and they're really clogging up the center.
Yeah, apparently they're content to let him shoot from outside. Down under 3 minutes left to go here in the quarter, third quarter of play. Caldwell Jones to Daly. Long one. Front rims tipped around. Bulls get a long rebound. And Jim Lynam stops his foot. I'm not happy with that. Jordan with a pass. Bulls with a fresh 24. Kevin Lockery says, let's run this offense through. We have a good chance here now. And Jordan slipped and fell. The ball went where he was supposed to go, and Jordan tripped.
He was trying to take Norm Nixon. He had a mismatch in there, tried to take him in a hole. Q dropped the ball down outside the painted area, and Michael was inside the paint.
Donaldson and Cage have come in for the Los Angeles Clippers. Bill Walton going to the bench.
Now that's where you want to see Donaldson. Look at him out there. He's going to set a screen, but that's where you want to see him out there.
Yeah, he's not going to do much damage out there. Nixon, now they've got mixed up a little. Jordan knocked the ball up into the air. Donaldson saved it. 4 seconds to shoot. Nixon. 2 seconds. Bridgman. Nope. Rebound. Cage. Michael Cage with his first 2. And it's the Clippers by 4. Just when it seems as if the Bulls have it pretty well closed off, an offensive rebound for Los Angeles, and they're back and rolling. Here's Woolridge with 10 to shoot. Driving in. Off of the glass, foul, Donaldson. Woolridge gets to the line. And big James Donaldson with his second.
Well, Woolridge is playing well. He's hitting the outside jumper now, so they got to come out. And as soon as they make a move to come out, look at him dance neatly inside. He goes by his man, Marcus Johnson, but he catches the big man Donaldson for the foul.
Woolridge with 21 to pace the Bulls. Leading scorer on the floor right now is Derek Smith. for both teams with 25, but Woolridge at 21 is not far behind. Woolridge is having a nice night, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Clippers by a pair, 79-77. Nixon in the forecourt. Screen was set there by Johnson. Now there it is again. Jordan fought through. They got a mix-up. They both went after the ball, out of bounds, and out of bounds to the Los Angeles Clippers. What happened there? Woolridge and Jordan both followed the ball. Boy, and the Bulls were fortunate to not get burned on that. Bridgman fires. Misses. And Caldwell Jones comes out of there with a rebound. Down to a minute 30 left here in the third quarter. And the Bulls can tie with a hoop. Daly's going to try to go get it. Nope. Steve Johnson for the tip. He has a dozen, and we're tied at 79, and it's been a long time since the Bulls were this close. Able to get back in and tie it here. Nixon, he'll try to break the tie. Nope. Ball tipped out. Caldwell Jones has it. Jordan up the floor. Jones driving. He threw it up, and he was fouled. Nixon, nothing he could do there except try to blast him, and he did.
Good veteran play. Jones wanted to pass the ball off to the side, and he saw what he had to do. He saw Nixon make one move to the outside. He came flying in. Nixon grabbed him across the wrist, so he'll take a couple. We'll take another look at another angle here. Michael Jordan was on the other side, so that really made him. You see Jordan come into your screen. That really made him lay back a little bit. And now the Bulls have a chance to take the lead with 107. And let's see who went in.
Well, we had Steve Johnson come out, and David Greenwood came into the Bulls lineup. Rod Higgins getting his jersey off. Caldwell Jones with a chance to break the tie did not do it. We'll have one more. We're still tied at 79. Woolridge to the bench for the Bulls, and Higgins in. So now it is Jones, Greenwood, and Higgins up front, Quentin Daly, and Michael Jordan in the back. There's the tie broken as Jones hits that second one. He now has 9 points for tonight, and it is an 80-79 Bulls lead. Down to a minute left, third quarter. Feed low to Donaldson. They double team him, and Quentin Daly coming in from the back, trying to poke the ball away as he got it down deep in the trench. And they gave the foul to Caldwell Jones.
He takes a lot of space. They got him listed at 7'2" and 280.
Yeah.
And believe me, he is every bit of that.
Yeah, every bit. He has almost the exact same build that Will Chamberlain had, except his legs are thick. Smith fires. Derek Smith puts the lead back in the hands of Los Angeles. He has 27. Down to 48 seconds left. Bulls, will they try for a quick 2-for-1 here? See if they can get an extra possession?
His career high was 26. He's got one over that now. Yes, they will.
Daly going for it. Whistle. Stops the clock at 37 seconds, and Nixon called for the fouls. Getting underneath there. You'll watch it here and see what the story was.
Okay, Daly breaks left around his man, and a little bump. You saw Smith come out to try to help his teammate, but in the first free throw.
Yeah, penalty light went on there, so it's not a common foul. That's 3 for Daly now. He's been surprisingly quiet. Lancaster Gordon back in the lineup for the Clippers.
It was 1 out of 2 in the first half. 9 minutes, that's not a lot of shots.
Yeah, you're right. And now he has 4, and it gives the Bulls a lead. And the Bulls pick up an extra possession here as we hit 30 seconds left in the half. Lancaster Gordon down to 25. Feed low for Donaldson, out of bounds. 24 seconds left. The Bulls can hold for a shot.
Well, you know what will happen. I think we'll see Jordan with the ball as they go to make his move. As they go to make his move, they'll double team him, and watch if he doesn't try to hit Quentin Daly for the last shot of the game. There they go to double team him.
And it goes over to Q. There's that pressure. Jordan coming down to the end of the third quarter. 10 seconds left. Now they say go, go, go for it. Jordan, he lost the ball. The ball came loose. Jordan, he didn't have much. It goes to Daly. A home run ball. Oh, and he almost put it in. He almost put that in from half court. Woo. Take a look at this one, folks.
One-on-one stutter step. He tries to drive. They cork the middle pretty good. It bounced off the Junior Bridgman's foot, it looked like. Now there's Lancaster Gordon. He took it. Q has got it. He turns around. He looks up for the clock. He fires over Michael Cage, and watch this ringaroo off the ring. Bulls take the lead, though.
They lead it by a point at the end of 3. Defense was the byword of the third quarter as the Bulls outscored the Clippers and held them to just 17 points. You read 23-17. That's a great effort.
Yeah, they did a good job. There's Jack Nicholson sitting back again and enjoying his team playing here. He gave up on the Lakers last year. Moved down to this end of town.
Indeed.
This building, by the way, is where they held the Olympic basketball game.
And this was the original home for the Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm sorry, this is where they had the boxing. This is where you're right, this is where the original Lakers played when they came out here.
When they first came out here. It's a nice building, not a bad place to watch a game. Donaldson kicks it across. And Derek Smith, high, over the glass, out of bounds automatically to the Bulls. Went over the basket support.
Good balanced scoring in that quarter. The Bulls moved around, shared the wealth a little bit. Only 4 players, Cage with 2, but Walton, Derek Smith, and Nixon scoring in that quarter.
Quentin Daly in the attack. Bulls could go out on top by 3 if they score. Daly will go for it, and he hits it. Donaldson was late getting out on him when they got caught in a switch. Donaldson not comfortable coming out, and the Bulls made him pay for it. Daly was 6. If he gets a hot hand in the fourth quarter, Red, that could really help the Bulls. Lancaster Gordon dribbles it across. Here's Bridgman looking for Donaldson low. There's the low feed to him, trying to drive. Lost the ball. Caldwell Jones held his ground, and the ball came loose. Donaldson just plain old fumbled it, and the Bulls come up with it. And they could go up by 5 here with a hoop. Quentin Daly. Swing from Caldwell Jones. Daly tried to blast the pass in there, stolen away. Bridgman ahead if he can get there. He does.
That was one you'd like to see Q shoot, wouldn't you? He came right to the top of the key with it.
Bridgman has 7. It's a 1-point game again. That's how quickly it can change. In the forecourt, Jones. And Donaldson well out on him. Jordan faking. 7 seconds to shoot. Flips it down low. Greenwood lost the ball. Caught Greenwood by surprise. Bridgman. And Caldwell Jones came in as a trailer and stole the ball right back. Quickness by the Albany State 7-footer. Nearly 2 minutes old, fourth quarter of play. Fans starting to sense this could be a very tight night. Here's Jordan. Kicks it over. Higgins driving. Pump fake for Greenwood. Jordan with 3 to shoot. And he puts it up and in. Michael Jordan went and got a basket for the Bulls.
He was looking to get it inside that time, and you could hear Kevin hollering, "Get it up, Mike," and boy, he did.
He did. Hit it from the top of the key. And it is a 3-point Bulls lead. This ties the largest lead that Chicago's had.
I shouldn't say, "Get it up, Mike." I don't think anybody's called him Mike. It's just Michael.
That's right. Well, we've called him a few things. Michael Jackson and a few other odds. Jordan tried to block Donaldson, but no stopping the 7-footer inside. Donaldson has 6.
That breaks the scoring drought. That's the first 2 points of the quarter and a 9:28 mark.
Took a while for the Clippers to get going. Actually, they had, I think it was their first field goal, perhaps.
Yeah.
They had the 1-2-point third. Greenwood low. Looking, fade away, high arching jumper. Oh, and he put it in. Greenwood with 4. And they had the radar adjusted on that one. Smith driving in the paint. Got in there too deep. The transition works. Derek Smith with 29. He had, in case you joined us late, an 18-point first quarter and a 23-point first half. Derek Smith did it all early in this game. Daly driving. He'll pull up and take it. Makes it. And Quentin Daly is starting to get that shot going for him. He has 8, and you know how he can stroke it once he's rolling, right? He just gets that good shooting stroke going, and bang, down it goes, and you can't stop him no matter what you put on him. Here's Bridgman. Donaldson. Well out. Bulls would love to see him stay out there. Smith. Offensive foul.
At Cage, you knew right away if the whistle blew, he started arguing with the official. No, I didn't do it, and you know right away. He came out to set a screen, and watch Rod Higgins is on the Smith. There he goes. He moves into the man, and you just can't do that.
Timeout on the floor at 8:28 remaining in the game. It's the Bulls by 3.
Charles wants to fly me to Aruba again.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The big scoreboard that hangs above the floor of this building. And that's the time, as you see, 8:28. We have the wave craze going on here. And these fans are really revved up. It's the most revved up they've been tonight. Down under 8.5 left for the game. Daly. Michael Jordan, covered by Derek Smith. Smith gives ground. Traveling is called. The ball goes over. Out of bounds. And the ball's inbounds. Walton wanted to come in, but the fans were so loud they didn't stop playing. Here's Donaldson. Marcus Johnson. Greenwood's on him. Derek Smith goes over Higgins. Misses on the shot. Corzine tried to keep it alive, and Donaldson just plain old muscled in there and took it away.
Good. Donaldson stood flat-footed, got the rebound, and now he knocks the ball through the net.
He has 8 points. These fans have come alive here suddenly with it. They put the wave around this arena, and it's the Bulls by a point. Corzine. Quinton Daly wide open. No questions there. Q has 10. You don't make that switch, boy, you really did. He'll go ahead and pop those.
Well, that's what Nixon was doing earlier with Walton and Donaldson. Nobody was coming out on him.
Bulls backcourt right now is Jordan and Quinton Daly, and they have become a very formidable arsenal for the Bulls attacking from the backcourt. Bridgman with 6 to shoot. Misses. Corzine screened it away as Jordan again, or Donaldson again, trying to really muscle in there, but that time Corzine, with that 255 pounds of his, is able to hold Donaldson off. Here's Jordan. Higgins coming around, puts it up, front rims, rebound, Johnson. It could be a one-point game if LA scores. Nixon, 92-89 Clippers, or Bulls rather. Clippers on the attack. Nixon puts it down. Oh, charged hard into Greenwood, no doubt about that. Nixon with his fifth.
Good job by David Greenwood laying out there to take the damage. He gets by Q and watch, boom, a good solid block.
Yeah. He took the blow, no doubt about it.
Higgins left now, and Orlando Woolridge is back in.
And Bill Walton has come in, and Donaldson to the bench. Those are the 2 changes. 6.5 minutes left in the game. Bulls continue to lead by 3. Daly fires, hits.
Over Walton. Walton came right out on that screen.
Daly is going through one of those periods now. He's starting to hit everything. And you know, when he gets hot, forget it. Here's a lob. Oh, and Smith on a tremendous slam. Derek Smith right up at rim level. A perfect pass for him. And Smith powered it down. He has 31. Daly again in the forecourt. Bulls by 3, 94-91. Jordan, the fake. Smith trying to stay with him. Jordan into the paint. Puts it up. Contact. Hit the bottom of the rim. Bulls get the rebound. Woolridge will try it again. Going for it. Shot was blocked by Marcus Johnson. Corzine. Nope. And Marcus Johnson with a rebound. Nixon. Could be a one-point game. Nope. Long rebound. Jordan got it. Marcus Johnson went for it, and Jordan got it. The 2 Wooden Award winners were battling in midair.
I tell you, the paint came off after the handshake. The handshakes came off, and the war paint went on.
You're right, and there we had them both right next to each other fighting for that rebound. Now we have a whistle away from the ball. Foul call.
Corzine on a moving screen.
Dave Corzine with his second. Doesn't count as a team foul. Neither team has committed a team foul here in the fourth quarter. Steve Johnson into the Bulls line it. And David Greenwood, who took that charge just a few moments ago, goes to the bench. Continues to be a 3-point game. Down to 5:15 and counting. Fourth quarter. Johnson, feet in the paint. Rory White goes up for it. Stoned right back in his face by Steve Johnson. Nixon. Little mix-up defensively here. Smith in the paint. Corzine blocked the shot. Offensive foul. Smith called for elbowing as he pushed off. Derek Smith with his first foul of the game, and Jimmy Lynam can't believe that one. And a timeout will be taken. We're down to 5:03 remaining in this game. The Chicago Bulls have a 3-point lead at 94-91. 94-91, the Bulls, and we saw a flurry here right at the end, just before we left you. Might be worth revisiting and seeing it again.
Marcus Johnson with the ball. He got it from Smith, and everybody turned their head. He went over the top of a screen and was able to work the alley-oop for his 31st. There you see him. Jordan got picked, that was Jordan who got picked twice. And all alone underneath for the slam was Derek Smith, who has 31.
Good fundamental play, and it worked.
14,366, Bill, here tonight. And I don't know how many they got in the other end of town, but the over there, the Lakers were winning in the third quarter, 103-93 over Phil Johnson's Kansas City Kings.
You have Michael Jackson in town, Michael Jordan in town.
Phil Johnson in town.
That's right. And Harlan Singer in town. Yeah. Obviously the most significant of those three. That's our director tonight. And the ball's up in the air. Battle for it after the last shot. Tie ball.
Oh, look at that scrim. Scrum. What do they call it in rugby?
Right. Well, I'll tell you, I saw my funniest bumper sticker I've ever seen involved the sport of rugby. It said, in rugby, there are no winners, only survivors. I think we saw a good example of what that's all about right there. Everybody was holding on, trying to survive for that jump ball. Walton will step in, 6'11", Corzine, 6'11".
He should control the tip. Now, see if he taps it right in between the two players back there to Rory White.
Now, Walton got the tip, and White, indeed, he put it right where you thought. Bulls by 3. Nixon. Johnson up high. Fans are starting to get revved up here. Clippers need to get a little work done offensively. Low feed to Walton, kicks it out. Nixon will fire. It's a one-point game. Nixon with 15. Down to 4.5 minutes left. Under 4.5. Michael Jordan will bring it up. Bulls leading by a point, 94-93. Jordan behind the back. Here's Woolridge driving in the paint. Nice move. Whistle. Foul. Walton. Big Red with his fourth. The emotion on his face tells you he didn't like it.
Michael Jordan draws the crowd, brings it off to O. He takes it, move to the center, and then he piles into the hoop, flips it up, and he's going to be rewarded with a couple of free throws here. Walton on the foul. Can put the Bulls up here now. They're only leading by 1 point with 4:11.
Like to get a little breathing room here if they could, and Woolridge misses the first free throw. He'll have one more. That's his first miss in 5 attempts tonight. 7 attempts tonight, maybe. Got that second one down. 23 points, the lead, or the scoring totals for Woolridge tonight, and the Bulls by a pair. Down to 4 minutes left in the game. Regulation time. Here's Walton to Nixon. L.A. can tie with a hoop. Walton setting the real high screen. Now Nixon forces it. Foul, Jordan. And Michael can't believe it. His third.
Going to the middle, trying to beat the clock. I couldn't see. It looked like he had him across the right forearm.
He may indeed have gotten him.
Nixon with a chance now to tie it up. This is the best the Bulls have played on this trip, I think, though.
Yeah, I think so, too, Red. They didn't look too bad in Phoenix. They played pretty well in Seattle, but they have looked good tonight, I think. Missed them both. How about that? Nixon missed them both, and the Bulls get a break. They have the ball back. Down under 4. 95-93 Chicago. Here's Daly. To Woolridge. He can give the Bulls a 4-point lead. Daly, 5 seconds. Forces the shot. No, Steve Johnson tried to keep it alive, and Walton comes out of there with it. L.A. can tie with a basket. Nixon, White driving. Basket, it counts, and he was fouled. Quentin Daly will get the personal.
All right, we'll take a look at the rebound here. Walton gets the rebound. They've got inside position with Marcus Johnson and Walton. Now watch a cross-court pass. You're not going to see Rory White come into the screen. There he is. Daly steps in front. The ball goes off the glass. A tough move. Rory White had a sprained lower back. They doubt if he would return, and he comes back with a three-point play to put his club up by 1.
Big basket by Rory White. And the Clippers have taken the lead again at 96-95. Down to 3:10 remaining in the game. Low feed, Johnson in the hole. Shot blocked by Walton. What a sensational block. Smith all the way. 33 points for Derek Smith. And bang, just like that. The Los Angeles Clippers have taken a 3-point lead and brought this crowd in excess of 14,000 to their feet.
Steve Johnson on the inside. He gets it blocked by Walton. He came over to teammate's shoulder, and here he busts out of the pack again. Nixon with the ball. Finds the man open. Same play. Smith this time goes on the other side of Michael Jordan and comes around to slam it down through. And that's point 32 and 33. There's Johnson with the ball underneath. Walton coming over the top of his teammate, Rory White, to block the shot. Now watch Nixon flip it across screen. It goes underneath Jordan, pulls it back down, and slams it through. Beautiful move, and now up by 3, the Clippers with 3:02.
This Derek Smith with an all-time high, and he just really emphasized that with that slam. You take a look at Big Red Bill Walton, who set it up. Derek Smith, his previous high was 26 points in a game against the Lakers. His high this season was 23. He now has 33 points to help the Laker cause.
Well, the Bulls have been accused of being soft in the middle, and boy, you recognize that right away. Walton is laid right back now, and he's got all the boards coming in there. He's trying to jump out to block shots if he can. Kevin Lockery now talking with his team, saying, hey, we got a lot of time, 3:02. We chased him before this game and got back into it.
And they'll have to chase him again. There's plenty of time left, but boy, the emotion is all with Los Angeles. And this crowd, which really, Red, you'd have to say in all honesty, sat on its hands for about 38 to 40 minutes of this game, has suddenly come to life.
They did. They sure did.
And they sense now that the way this Clippers team is playing, they have a chance to win this game. Now we're in that big 3 minutes. 3:02 remaining as the Bulls put it in bounds. Chicago into the forecourt. Quinton Daly. Bulls trail by 3. They need a basket here. Jordan pops out. He'll go for it. Misses on it. Long rebound. Caldwell Jones. He shoots and hits. It's a one-point game. Caldwell Jones with 11. And the Bulls, the beneficiaries of a long rebound there. L.A. will bring it across. Smith. He got the big basket just a few moments ago. Walton, who has been a real thorn for the Bulls tonight. Hands it to Nixon. Jordan is on him. Nixon a long one, and he puts it in. He has 17.
Now you can die by that sword again when you have to do it from the outside. Let's hope that they stay on the outside.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Quinton Daly. They're low feed. They're trying to get it into Jordan, and a foul called Derek Smith. They were looking for the post-up. Smith with his second.
Daly's waiting now. He's waiting for Michael to get down low. He does. Takes the position over the top of foul. Common foul.
Common foul out of bounds, Chicago. Return to live action. Jordan. He'll go for it. Whistle. Oh, and he almost put it in. He was in traffic. And the foul went to Derek Smith, his third. Team's third.
Down the baseline he goes. He lost the ball a little bit here. He runs into traffic. A little bump on the side as he goes for the shot. He fades away, and boy, as neatly as it'll hang for you without falling in, it did that.
And Jordan misses the first free throw. He'll have one more. He is 0 for 2 from the line tonight. Well, Jordan had a 13-point game at Golden State. He has 14 in the moment here. He's there with this one. 15 now. Bulls will need a good run from 1 or 2 players now. Jimmy Lynam signals he wants them to attack the left side. It appears. Let's see. No, they go the opposite way. Marcus Johnson into the paint. Shot was blocked. Woolridge blocked it. Out of bounds, Bulls. Orlando Woolridge with a tremendous defensive stand. And the Bulls have a chance to tie.
Good job of blocking it. Then it went off the fingers of Walton.
Out of bounds, Chicago. Daly now. In the forecourt, Steve Johnson. Feed to Jordan. Minute 45 remaining in the game. Kicks it across, and Caldwell Jones had to backpedal to save it. 7 seconds to shoot. Woolridge penetrates off of the glass. No! Fight for the rebound. It battled for in there. Whistle, foul. Jordan came up with it. He was fouled by Walton, trying to keep it alive. Batted away, and Walton has his 5th.
Orlando takes it to the hole here. Gets a little push in the back, throws it up. Now Michael Jordan fights for position underneath. You see him there. The ball will come down to the ground. Michael had it, and diving for it is Walton, and he comes up with a foul.
Scoreboard listed as 4th, Brett, on Walton. So I'll go with that. I thought it was 5. My totals had him with 5. Did you have him also with 4?
It's the first in the last 2 minutes.
All right, here's Jordan to the baseline. Shooting for the tie, and he gets it. Michael Jordan has 17, and we're tied at the century mark. Can I just double check with you on Walton? Do you have him with 4 or 5? Okay, 4, all right. 6 left. We're tied at 100 apiece. The Bulls and the Clippers here tonight from Los Angeles, Southern California. Why don't we relive a little bit of that great block shot?
Orlando Woolridge staying with his man. Marcus Johnson comes to the center of the court. Goes up in a fadeaway right-handed. Just a tap of the ball, and coming underneath, Walton catches it and flips it on out of bounds, but a beautiful move by Orlando Woolridge. He's been dynamite offensively with 23 points, and that time he came up with a big block.
Red, we want to give a special thanks tonight to Jeff Nyenik, who is doing our statistics here. We kind of threw him in at the breach at the very last moment. We want to thank him. He's done a superb job helping those of you at home to get a good statistical summary of the game. We appreciate his efforts. We want to say hello to all of his friends back in Chicago tonight. There's Bill Walton.
Slide that camera down if you can. Has he got his shoe off too? I see ice on his knee. No, he's got his shoe on. Okay, I thought maybe he had, maybe we would not see him, but he's icing up that knee to keep the inflammation down. A walking medical report, this guy.
It's a great tragedy what he's been through, and now especially because he has matured so much as a human being. And it's just been really sad that he has not been able to perform, because he's come to the point where he enjoys the game, he appreciates it, he knows how special it is and how lucky he is to play it. And now you'd really hope that this guy could really come on.
Well, the other side of town has a winner. The Lakers beat Phil Johnson's Kansas City Kings 130 to 121.
And they're
we're hoping to spoil the party here and not let it be a sweep.
Here's Nixon. Michael Jordan is on him. Look at that defensive effort. Look at that position that Jordan and the concentration he had. Now they get on him real tough. Jordan and Daly continue to be the backcourt for the Bulls. Nixon. 7 to shoot. Forces it. No, Bulls come out of there. Great defensive effort by Jordan, who has it on the break. Driving all the way in. Oh, good. An unbelievable move. He put it in and it counts. Can you believe that?
Oh, listen to the crowd here now. Everybody is up on their feet. Jonathan Kovler just screaming. Now watch him drive to the hoop. A great job by Smith. He grabs him across the arm. The hang time, he gets fouled, he lays it off the glass. Watch that English catch the top of the glass and fall in. These people are on their feet. Michael Jordan gives the Bulls a 2-point lead, now tries for 3, 102 and a clock to leave.
Well, we saw one of the really great plays right there. Jordan has 19, make it 20, and he has not scored a bigger 3-point basket than that right there. That's what a great player can do for you. And the Bulls lead it by 3, timeout. Los Angeles, and right now, for the first time, these fans probably wondering what hit him, and the Clippers wondering what hit him. Whew.
We got to watching
again.
Yeah, I think we got to take one more look at it. A good job defensively by Michael Jordan on the other end. Caldwell Jones gave him a short pass. He takes it down the lane. You see white jerseys all over. He gets wrapped across the arms, flips it up underhand. Look at how high on the glass it hits and falls through. Beautiful shot. Good defensive effort on the other end, because he was playing Norm Nixon.
Yeah.
Forced him to take a short shot, and here's it from the start, okay? Forces Nixon to shoot over, and it's a short shot. Watch Caldwell Jones come into the screen, grab the ball. Walton was in the net and in the rim. Now here's the pass out. Michael is looking to see if he can take it all the way. Now he just wants to make sure he gets fouled if he can't get the basket. He cuts down the middle. Smith has done a fine job on this young man all night, but tonight you can't hold him in forever. Up off the glass, and there's point 19. He made the free throw for point 20 in the game. The Bulls looking very strong here with 1 minute and 2 to go. Jonathan Kovler sitting directly across from us. He jumped up and he was clapping. His jacket fell on the floor. And what a reception Michael got when he went back to his teammates on the bench. Of course, the first guy out, as always, is Wes Matthews, the cheerleader here. He's got his team pumped up. He's saying, let's go, let's get this one.
Boy, that's a real big basket. Now the Clippers, with 1 minute 2, trail by 3. They have their work cut out for them. They're going to have to really roll up their sleeves. The Bulls want to give up nothing easy here. And I'll tell you, what's interesting to me, Red, is that the Lakers have had trouble getting it inside these last couple of times down the court. Here's Nixon. He's looking inside, but he has to control that ball. Just hold it. Here's White. Kicks it across. Smith looking for Walton. They get it to him. 12 to shoot. Big Bill over the middle. Goes for the hook. Missed on it. Johnson lost out of bounds. L.A. as the Bulls were fighting among themselves for the rebound. Johnson and Daly got tied up.
46 seconds. He said, no, don't give him another 24 seconds. Kevin's arguing now. They're getting 24 seconds. It was a block shot out of bounds.
The ball never hit the rim.
Ball didn't hit the rim.
The ball never hit the rim. Ball never hit the rim, and it was never out of control. L.A. never, or Chicago never had control of it. Watch this.
All right, take a look at that on your screen here. Ball is up. Well, I don't mind it. I couldn't see. I had a bad angle here.
Well, it's never really controlled by Chicago, so you can't say there was a change in possession. Smith. Nixon fire. Misses on it. The Bulls come out of there with a rebound, and a big rebound for Steve Johnson, the guy who's been Johnny on the spot all night, working hard on the boards, and Michael Jordan is the first one to come over and shake his hand. Big fella for getting on those boards.
A good move now by Nixon. He had everybody going back, but again, Caldwell Jones came out to put some pressure on. Walton was there. He's got his hand on the ring again. Johnson has the rebound, and he's fouled as he tries to get it out to Michael Jordan. Oh, come on, Steve-O.
Norm Nixon is fouled out, Red, with 33 seconds left in the game. Bridgman replaces him. Steve Johnson with 2 really big free throws here. He's got that first one. Oh, yeah, string music, 13 points for Steve Johnson. He'll have one more. He's worked his way all the way up to be the leading rebounder on this team. The determination on his face. This is the second one. It's a 4-point game, and L.A. is still in it. 31 seconds left. That was a big miss. Get it up to 5, then it's tough.
Got to go 3. Got to try 3 unless they try to go into Walton and let him try to get 3 inside.
Yeah. And I'm sure Kevin Lockery is saying, what are the first 2 words out of his mouth?
No
fouls.
Well, you know, it's funny. It's a real bailout for a coach because the coach says, play him tight, but don't foul him.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, what do you do? If you foul him, you played him too tight, and if you let him score, you didn't play him tight enough. Let's see if we can hear what Kevin's going to say here. But they want to foul him as soon as the ball comes over half court. Lynham, on the other hand, gave him that old thing, bing, bam, booming in, and I don't think it works that way. It does on your blackboard, but bing, bam, booming in doesn't work as easy with 31 seconds to go. Bulls will try to foul when the ball comes over half court. They'll go after the ball. They've got a foul to take. They'll take some time off the clock.
All right, Jordan may have to take it here. Foul right as he crossed half court. Jordan with it. There it is.
Came close to getting a steal on it, too.
Yeah, he came darn close. That's only the 3rd team foul on the Bulls, but the first of the last 2 minutes. The next one
took some time off the clock. They give him 24 seconds back, but it's 8 off 6 seconds.
So it's now 28 on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. Quick shot needed by Los Angeles. Marcus Johnson. The ball tried to feed it into traffic one-handedly, and the Bulls come up with it. They can kill it out now. 18 seconds left in the game. Jordan out front. Lynham saying foul. Somebody's going to have to grab him. Jordan kicks it across. The Bulls are kicking off more time. Woolridge. Jones.
Oh, beautiful.
And now they're going to kill it. 5 seconds left. And L.A. is powerless to stop the clock. 2 seconds. 1 second. The Bulls have won the ball game. They stalled out the last 24 seconds of the game. The Chicago Bulls coming back from what was once an 11-point deficit in this game. They had to come from behind after trailing 100-97 on a big emotional basket in the closing moments on a Derek Smith slam and then a great block by Walton. But they still came back and won a score. The Chicago Bulls 104 and the Clippers 100. And Johnny and I are going to be returning to talk about this game in just a minute. On Monday, October 29th, Michael Jordan destroyed the Milwaukee Bucks. If you subscribe to Sports Vision, you saw this. The feed from Watley, driving, basket, he puts it in! Jordan! Those who don't have Sports Vision saw this. The only station where you'll see 50 live Bulls basketball games is Sports Vision. Don't miss Michael Jordan and the exciting Chicago Bulls. Catch all the action only on Sports Vision. Well, with the dust settling just a little bit, these fans buzzing and heading for the exits, they saw a heck of a game tonight. Especially the second half was a game with a strong defensive flavor to it, folks, as the Bulls really put the screws on. They did a good job of battening down the hatches. Red. They just didn't allow San Diego to do anything.
Hey, they give them 36 points, Bill, in the last half, 17 and 19-point quarters. And the most amazing part of the game to me was when the Bulls fought back with 1:02 to go. Norm Nixon took a shot to beat the clock. It was short. Caldwell Jones got it out. He kicked the ball down to Michael Jordan, who took it coast to coast, went in, got fouled by Derek Smith, laid it up off the glass. The ball went through, and he made the free throw. The Bulls take a nice 3-point lead, and that was beautiful at 1:02 left in the game.
We had a couple of very emotional moments, and the one that preceded that was that block shot by Bill Walton and then the slam by Derek Smith. It appeared to give L.A. and put the Clippers right into the driver's seat here, but as rapidly changing fortunes of NBA basketball would have it, that wasn't all there was to be written in the script tonight.
Well, the Bulls are not into this trip yet, but they've picked up a win on the road, and that's very important.
Yeah, and when we return, I want to talk a little bit about that, Brad, as we summarize the importance of that, and they set up for the Los Angeles Lakers. But we'll be back, talk a little bit about this win and what it means to the Bulls, because they move up a notch in the division. We'll tell you about that in a moment.